That's it. This is it. Move this out the way. Got my screen recording going on. Got my crown going on. Hair fucked up. It is what it is. How everybody doing? What you got, my boy? What you got, my boy? You know what I got, my boy. You know what I got. All day, every day. I probably need to wipe those lenses. Let me wipe them lenses real quick. It looked like it still didn't do much. Oh well. What's up? All day, every day. What's up, family? How y'all doing? It's the weekend. It's Friday night. So you know, Friday night live. And I ain't talking about WWE. I'm not talking about Raw, Monday Night Raw, none of that mess. The top, damn, the crown got me. The topic is about history, like always. I seen you before. Everybody's seen me before. But the topic is about history. The same thing I've been trying to get out for a while, but I was unable to do so because of business in my everyday life. I mean, we had a lot of stuff going on. As of recently, we had the Earth Speaks debate popped off. A couple of people getting banned. Native Americans getting pissed off. They falling apart, betraying each other. It's a lot of stuff going on. No Newport. Oh, how racist. How racist. I got a cigar, but I can't smoke it in front of the live. I smoke big boy stuff. I don't do all that little Newport BS. How dare you assume me? Assume that I like cigarettes. What's wrong with you? That's just a one-time thing when I smoke my cigar. Swisher, look at this guy discriminating against me. He is discriminating. He discriminating against me in 4K. You assume that I smoke swishers or got weed? I don't even smoke weed, dude. He is discriminating against me in 4K. This is crazy. But yeah. This is you fulfill it now. Listen. Like I said, my lives is about breaking and destroying history that been taught to us, and destroying all indoctrinations that was taught to us. I'm here to destroy the theory of belief, and give you knowledge and understanding. I want you to know. I don't want you to believe. I want you to know. So the concept of slavery, it's a belief. The concept of white masters, it's a belief. The concept of Native Americans being original to America, it's a belief. The concept of you having origins to Africa, or your ancestors is from Africa, it's a belief. It's nothing factual. No nation can't prove you came from Africa. They use this thing called lookership. They look at you and say, you look like an African. Then when you ask them, which African do I look like? Oh, you like Congo. You like somebody from Congo. Okay, well, let's pull up the Congo phenotype and see, do I match the Congo phenotype? Oh, their foreheads is big as hell. And they have low eyes. And their hair is not even my texture whatsoever. My phenotype is completely different from the tribes of Congo. So what other person do I look like? Because you could clearly see I don't look like a person from Congo. So who else do I look like? I wonder. Oh, you look Bantu. Bantu? I think you're just saying things now. Because you don't have African knowledge. You don't know all the tribes in Africa. So you just say silly, stupid things. Tribes that was actually made up more recently, to be real. like Nigerian. That was made up in 1890. Know what I'm saying? Benin, Togo, all that mess was made up around the 1890s, especially 1942. So for you to call me African, that's a Latin word. I'm not the descendant of no white man. I'm not the descendant of no Latins. That's crazy. There's no person in the world that was named Africa and he is the progenitor of all Africans. That's a lie. That's a lie. So I want to dive into the concept of slavery. I'm also going to dive into many other concepts, but we're going to get this going because, again, this is for my YouTube. Follow me, Naturalism of Yahweh, YouTube. I'm pushing 2,000 already. I'm trending so far in my shorts and also on my regular videos. But let's go. Let's go. Appreciate it, Los. Turn this camera around. Here we are. The free Negro heads of families in the United States in 1830. Why are you bringing this out, Natural? Did I just not say your concept of slavery is fallacies? Did I not just say that? Prior to 1790, it was almost impossible to figure out exactly how many N-words were slaves and how many were free. Did you read the first line? Did you understand the first line? Let me say it again. Prior to 1790, we talking about before the 1800s. Prior to 1790, it was almost impossible. Almost impossible? That's close to damn near impossible to figure out exactly how many N-words were slaves and how many were free. If you want to know the book I'm reading from, it's a historic book they would not read to you in school. It's called this. Free N-word heads of families in the United States in 1830. All right. By Carter G. Woodson, PhD. Don't know, wait, hold on. Do I got the year down there? And it says the association, this is where it's from. It says the Association for the Study of N-Word Life and History Incorporated, Washington, D.C. You notice it didn't say Africa, right? They're hominids. Y'all crazy. Leave poor city alone. He you know he going through the my bad. See the drink getting to me. Through depression right now. Leave poor city alone, man. He going through depression. He going through a midlife crisis. His Pan-African theory has been breached. So now I got that man reading books, bro. That's exactly what I want him to. I want him to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it could be better next time if it does happen. But it says prior to 1790, it is almost impossible to figure out exactly how many N-words were slaves and how many were free. In fact, we do not yet know how many N-words were actually imported as slaves. Imported from where? Imported from where? Because we had N-words being imported from Ireland, Britain, the Scots, the French, Portugal, especially Spain. We had some getting shipped out of Asia. We had some being shipped out of Australia. We got different N-words around the world being shipped, imported by black people, not white people. That's the funny thing that y'all didn't know. It ain't white people that's sending black people. It's black people sending black people. That's another funny thing, a major dagger y'all don't understand. But it says, I'll read again. In fact, we do not yet know. They would never know because they lied. We do not yet know how many N-words were actually imported as slaves. According to Carey, the total number up to 1808 aggregated about 340,000. Wait a minute. What does Slave Voyage say? Slave Voyage. Slavevoyage.org. I told you I'm here to teach you something. I want to make it so simple that you can understand. Even if my followers get down to freaking 12, y'all gonna get this understanding. What did Slave Voyage say? He said, search these records, these not even records, to learn about the broad origins and forced relocations. It wasn't forced. They was indentured servants. They had contracts of more than 12 million African people sent across the Atlantic slave ships. What did this book just say? It said prior to 1790, we talking all the way 1619, 1592, 1492. It says it is almost impossible to figure out exactly how many N-words were slaves and how many were free. In fact, we do not yet know how many N-words were actually imported as slaves. It says, according to Carey, the total number up to 1808. You can just put it back in there. I ain't gonna eat in there. Thank you. It says aggregated about 340,000. Why did they say 12 million Africans? And remember, the word African is a broad statement because we got white Africans, we got Asian Africans, we got Arab Africans, we got different nations of people that is classified as African today that do not have the melanin complexion. When y'all look real deep into these records, the real records, not this funky booty, stankin' lying old records, because they actually told you the truth. They actually told you the truth on here somewhere that we actually only know that there was only 95,150 Africans was sent on slave ships, but they wasn't even sent on slave ships. These was indentured servants. Here we go, 1808 to 1862. Come on now. But he doesn't go into chattel slavery. He just says slaves. There's a difference between chattel slavery and indentured servitude. They classify indentured servitude as slaves too. A lot of times in history, they just say, we don't know, they're just slaves. There is a difference. Chattel slavery took place because of criminal activity. Because the indentured servant wanted to run off on his work. He didn't want to do it no more. That's a breach of contract. Or sometimes the servant might have committed a treasonous act against nature, such as the M word, the unaliving, a little taboo things that you could do that is a breach of contract. All right. Chattel slavery was a punishment, just like how it changed to the prison system. The prison system today is chattel slavery due to what? Criminal activities. It was the same thing from 1619 all the way up to 1850 or whenever the Emancipation Proclamation began, which they ain't had nothing to do with freeing slaves in the first place. It still don't. It was only talking about the two states that seceded from the Union. They said, okay, since these two states seceded from the Union, you got to free all your slaves. It wasn't talking about the South. Go read the Emancipation Proclamation. Go read the original one. Don't read that watered down BS that you're gonna click the first link on Google. Don't do that mess. That's stupid. That's real stupid. And if you debate like that, you stupid. But it says the total number up to 1808 aggregated about 340,000. And it says others believe, here go that word believe, we still don't know. Others believe that there were brought in probably as many as 400,000. Oh, they jumped. You see how they jumped? We know that's a lie because you just said believe. And who is the others? Right? It says better estimates, another speculation. Estimates, you need to know what Evergreen said, terminology is the key, are impossible here because the variation in the annual importation as a result of many influences. What is the influences? Oh, they Africans. Many of these people wasn't Africans. Many of these people was prisoners of wars of America. Many of these people were Indians, black Indians being reclassified as Africans that lost their rights. That was prisoners of wars. Many influences. Darwin, 1808, we're going to Darwinism. We're going to the time of this 8 BS during Darwinism, what was taking place during the 1800s. Eugenics, the early stage of eugenics, the early stage of race, the early stage of ethics, ethnology, what was taking place, classification, influences. So you don't think all those ideologies that was taking place in the 1800s did not affect 1619 and 1492? Yes, it did. Many influences. They call all black people Africans, even though they was not from Africa. Walter Plecker, 1800s. Now it says, I'll tell you, pay attention to the words. You got to pay attention. This is from Washington, D.C. This is a Washington, D.C. book. This is real historic literature that they will not give you in school. And it says from 1760 to 1770, there was a decided increase, somebody decided who increase in the number brought in. So they manipulating numbers from 1760 and 1770. Somebody decided the increase. Slave Voyage, what's going on? Slavevoyage.org, what's going on? Who deciding these numbers? And it says from 1770 to 1790, however, when the spirit of freedom was strong as a result of the struggle for the rights of man during the American Revolution, which was the American Indian Revolution, and it had nothing to do with these other nations. These was Indians trying to liberate themselves. This is still part of the King Philip War, American Revolution. A lot of y'all don't know that, but it says the number decreased. How did the number decrease after the American Revolution? It was increasing and decreased. Somebody changing numbers. Oh, we're going to increase the amount. No, we're going to decrease the amount. We don't know. You see what they doing? They flip-flopping. So all of y'all that keep saying, oh, y'all came from Africa. Please go to this book because they literally tell you, we don't know. We don't know how many Africans came over here. So since they don't know, they could throw any number at you and throw in some scientific language. Throw in some scientific language in there to make it sound, you know what I'm saying, educated. And then boom, they got you because you illiterate. You illiterate and you don't have a mind to think. So therefore, you're just going to gobble it up. Oh, they said 12 million Africans came over here. I believe it. 120,000 on the dot. No, not no 1 2 3 5 6 7 8 2 2 2 2. Just 120,000,000,000 on the dot. That's accurate. And I'm pretty sure the academia is sitting up there laughing at you because you sit up there, but you really believe all those zeros. They didn't even round nothing. They just said 0, bro. That's crazy. They don't know. That's crazy. It said after it was decided by the farmers of the Constitution in 1787 that the slave trade should be prohibited after 1808. Several of the southern states, feeling that they were dependent upon slave labor, and imported as many as possible during the period immediately preceding that date. There were 757,881 N-words in the United States in 1790 and 59,557. You see how they increased that number? Where did they get this from? How was the South importing slaves? Where were they getting the importation from? Where were they getting the imported from? It had to been Indians. It had to been prisoner of wars. It had to been. Because you was not going to Africa getting an importation. Only Virginia and all that other crap was known for doing that. The South wasn't sending those ships or nothing out. You was getting what you can get. So where were you getting these N-words from? It was just black people capturing other black people. Black people going to destroy other properties. It was just black people going to take other people's properties, which was just prisoners of wars. That's all they was doing. Stealing people's servants. That's all they was doing. That's all they was doing. They was not going to no another country. Importing into their house. Importing a shipment. Not from a ship. A shipment. People capturing Indians. All right. So based from this first page on this book, they straight up told you in the first page on this book, they said, technically, we don't know. We don't know. We just going to throw some numbers at you. We don't know. And we didn't even say they was Africans either. We just called them N-words. And N-words isn't just only Africans. You see, I'm going to go back to right here. Some of the N-words were reported as slaves. However, never had such a status. I will repeat it again. It says some N-words early reported as slaves. However, never had such statuses. So they telling you, we just calling black people slaves, even though they was not. We're going to call black people slaves, even though they did not have the status of slaves. So what does this tell you? What does it tell you? They falsely called you slaves. They falsely said your beginning is a slave. They told you all this stuff. They just label you as a slave, even though you wasn't a slave. It's crazy how history can work, right? His story can work, right? But when you go back and read the stuff and pull out the real documents and do your due diligence, put in your work, and you see, oh, snaps, my family wasn't no slave. Then why are you still up here calling me a slave? So it don't make no sense, y'all. The school systems failed you. They lied to you. And you sit up here running around saying, oh, it got to be true because my school taught me. It got to be true because the white man told me. It got to be true because the Mexicans, they keep calling me a slave. It got to be true because the Native Americans keep calling me Congo boy and all this other stuff. It got to be true. All nations call me African. But when you go into the old books, it's against that notion. Yeah, we not reading right, y'all. Words from opium, we not reading right. We never was reading right because you know why? We wasn't even reading. People were just telling us. People was just telling you. No, that wasn't telling you. That was forcing it on you in a nice, sweet, butterly words. Oh, yes, you was a slave. You was a slave, baby. Yeah, you came from Africa. You had a good culture back there. Y'all had the, I don't know what your culture was, but y'all had a good culture. Y'all threw spears at elephants and stuff. Yeah, y'all did that. Y'all got this thing called fufu. You got fufu, even though we don't have the practice of fufu in America. Yeah. That was your culture. Even though y'all don't cook it on Thanksgiving. Y'all don't make fufu on Thanksgiving. But yeah, that was your culture. Go. I'm going to get you your diverse hat. Where my diverse hat at? My diverse hat is right there. I'm going to get you your diverse hat with many colors, and I'm going to throw it at your face, and you're going to make some fufu, even though you don't know how to make that shit. And you're going to eat with your fingers. That's your culture. You're going to pick it up with your fingers, and you're going to eat it, and you're going to dip it. You're going to dip it in some okra soup. That's spicy. You know what I'm saying? That's your culture. First of all, off the bat, we don't make fufu. We don't make okra soup. So first of all, that based off culture evidence, we are not the same people. All of us don't like spicy food like that. Africans, a lot of Africans, they love spicy shit. We do not eat spicy shit like that. A lot of us eat our shit mild. Literally mild. Not spicy, but mild. I talk about most of us. Some of us do like hot shit. I mean, you like hot chips. I mean, but that's a chemical. That's a chemical. But yeah, we use utensils. We use utensils. We taught you how to use utensils. No, you did. We taught you how to bounce. How you taught us how to pick up silverware. We created a silverware. We are two different peoples. So if you can't even classify us together with culture, because we practice our culture to this day, people. They want you to think you don't do your culture. You have your ebonics. You still have your language. A lot of the English language is your language. A lot of the English words, my bad. A lot of the English words is your language. A lot of it. A lot of the words we use today is Indian words. Like the word yo. Like the word sup. We shorted everything. Those are Indian words. Like how Louisiana, how they say water. They say, my wife should be like water, or something like that. Sound like her tongue swollen. That's how they say that. That's their ebonics. But it goes all the way back to that word agua. Water still go back to that word. They just changed it up. It's still the same Indian word. People don't understand. Curse the English language. Yet, a lot of the words in the English language is your words. They want to trick you and tell you that it ain't your words. But yes, it is. All of it is yours. We got a couple of Latin things here and there. It's true. But most of this stuff is our stuff. Hello. Like the word hello. Halito. Come on. Make it make sense. But it says at least a few of the first N-words brought to the country were indentured servants, like white persons. White, who was really white? What was white? Was they talking about the skin complexion? Was they talking about the skin complexion? Or was they talking about the status? It says white persons of this class. So you see the white class, white status imported here during the beginnings of the colonies. So you see what's going on? You were indentured service. They said at the beginning, but I'm telling you, you was indentured service all the way to 1760. If you Africans came here, those of you that actually really do have African bloodline, my boy, you came here on your own free will. You was not captured. Y'all people was ruthless. Y'all was savages. Y'all fought people tooth and nail. Y'all was not weak. No melanated being on this earth was weak. Know what I'm saying? It says J.R. Russell expresses this opinion in his free N-word in Virginia. Such N-words like the white indentured servants became free at the expiration of their term of service. Yeah, they weak now. And it says the time of service took up land. The N-words, you was giving land. Africans, the first Africans that came here. Now I'm talking about you, real African descent. You was given land. Our people, like me, Los, these truths, our ancestors, our lands was taken from us. How, if you're a prisoner of war, how was you given land when the land was yours? That don't make no sense. How was you given land if the land was yours? They took your land and they gave it to Africans after they servitude. So they had to destroy you, make you prisoners of war, put a ditch of service on that land. Then once they term was up, here you go, Africans. Where's those African descents at? Boule, the Black Boule, Freemasonry, Majestic 12, shamans, royal families. They rich. They had all their land. They had all their land. They had all their resources. They had all their gold after they servitude. You think they just, somebody just came by and took their land? No, they didn't. They intermingled. Still had their land, passed it down to their children. Come on now. That's because it was a black on black war doesn't mean we was the same blacks. It was black people fighting other black people. Black people taking our land. We was getting conquered. We was in the middle of war. They told you slavery, it was actually wartime. Right? So we lost the war with penmanship because our people kept fighting. They didn't give up. We eventually, you know what I'm saying? Just say, you know what, let's go ahead and be civilized. And the rest of us that was like, you know what, we're going to relocate to Oklahoma. We're going to relocate to Oklahoma. Then the U.S. corporation came out and said, if y'all don't want to relocate to Oklahoma, y'all going to have to be reclassified as colored. You're going to have to be reclassified as colored. Native Americans, go to your birth certificates. Those of y'all that did not go to Oklahoma, please show me colored on your birth certificate because I can prove you 100% Native Americans. You are not the one the government was talking about. They was talking about you, black man, black woman. I'm sorry to use that term. They was talking about you. Then they say if you didn't want to relocate, you had to be reclassified as N-words. Native American, I challenge you. Show me a birth certificate of your ancestor that did not relocate to Oklahoma. Show me the N-word on a birth certificate. If I do not see the N-word on a birth certificate, shut the H up. Shut the H up. Please shut the H up because it wasn't you. We could prove it with government literature that you're not the real ones because you didn't relocate and I don't see the N-word on your birth certificate. That's the reason y'all want to prove who y'all are. We can't ask y'all for your records because we know it's not on your records. You lied. That's why y'all mad and butthurt and keep talking about Indian and Native American erasure. Don't even know what the term Native mean. You're basically saying in the English terminology, you know what you're saying when you say native erasure or indigenous erasure? You know what you're saying? Huh? Born in a country erasure. I'm erasing the fact that you was born in a country. That's just like me saying, hey, you wasn't born in New York. That's indigenous erasure, native erasure. You denied the fact that I was born here. I said, you're not from here. I ain't muting no one. I got people right here. I'm not even reading your comments, buddy. I ain't even been reading your comments. I ain't even been reading. Jake, if you talking to me, I ain't even been reading your comments. I'm going to be real with you. Native and indigenous is the same. I could show you in the Black Law Dictionary. I could show you. Don't play. You think I'm just going to be up here just talking for no reason? Don't talk when you ain't do the due diligence. If you a Google scholar, shut up. If you a person that goes straight to Google and look up the definition what Google give you, shut up. Please sit down. I want the real Slim Shady to stand up. I want the real Slim Shady to stand up because the real Slim Shady, he's going to crack open a book and look at it. He's going to crack up an old dictionary during the time. Oh, show you? Okay, hold up. I got to show this clown something real quick. Side mission. Hold on. Side mission. Side mission. I got it. I'm charging my phone. You can get it.
Thank you. This commercial is brought to you by Johnny's Pizza.
Why you came here and said that lame stuff?
That's what they used to say at the football game. They say this commercial. No, they like this commercial is brought to you by Johnny's Pizza.
Let's go. He said, show me. He said, show me that term. He said, indigenous and native don't mean the same thing. Okay, hold on.
See, they said Period.
The commenters, they already know. People that been following me already, they already know. You see how I already got this stuff underlined? Native. Prove me wrong. Don't talk when you ain't did the due diligence. What OPM said, you ain't putting in this work. You ain't showing your oldest port, but you out here want to talk. Don't talk, man. How about you listen? This is class, bro. This is class, bro. My bad, connection messing up. Waiting for it to turn green. I'm waiting for it to turn green. Hold on. Waiting for it to turn green. I got all my bars. Why is it skipping? Oh, wait a minute. I'm still waiting for it to turn green. I don't know if it's skipping on you. I don't know if it's skipping. It's still turning red. It's still turning green. Hold on. Oh, y'all quiet. I mean, you can read it for yourself. It's right up there, but I'm going to read it for you. I see my connection keep turning red and yellow. I don't know why is it doing that. It keeps saying the live is muted, and it keep turning around saying connection error. I don't know what the freak going on. I think they're trying to stop me. Well, it's back green. Here we go. It says native. It says a natural born subject. Who are you a subject to? And remember, this is the Black Law Dictionary. Who came up with the word native? We got to talk about it from a law standpoint. We ain't talking about no layman terms, because in the court, they're going to use the law definitions, not Google, my boy. But it says native, a natural born subject or citizen. It says citizen. What's a citizen? Someone that owes allegiance to the government. Boom, there you go. Who do the natives owe allegiance to? The United States government. Who land is the natives on? A reservation. That's a timeshare. They're tenants. They're citizen. Civilized tribes. You see how I connected all that together? Make it make sense. It says a citizen by birth. One who owes his domicile or citizenship to the fact of his birth within the country referred to. It says the term may also include one born abroad if his parents were citizens of a country and not permanently residing in foreign parts. It says the word native as used in an Alien Enemy Act. Go research the Alien Enemy Act, because that's when it was first introduced, refers to a person's place of birth, so that a person remain a native of country of his birth, though he has moved away therefore. Now we got native born, nativities. We got a lot of stuff dealing with native, but what did the guy just told me? Prove it. It don't mean the same thing. He want me to go to the indigenous next. I want to do this book on indigenous. Let me see, because this is a 6th edition dictionary. The 6th edition. Let me see if it got, let's see, indigenous. Do the Black Law Dictionary have indigenous? Do this one have it? I got a 10th edition too. I'm going to see who do the 10th edition have it as well. You got Indian. You got Indian reservation, Indian territory. And Dingy, where are you? Indigent. We got indigent. But do we have indigenous? We don't have indigenous. Indigenia, a subject born. There's another word close to it. Old English law, subject born, one born within the realm, neutralized by an act of the parliament. Indigent, in the sense of one's needy or poor, sufficient of property. Okay, you just say indigent means break of oath. Where the hell does it say anything about breaking an oath? Let me make sure it doesn't say anything about it before I go on. Entitled to look for support. Term commonly used for financial ability, ordinarily indicates one who is destitute of means, comfortable substance, so as it don't say nothing about breaking a oath. It don't say nothing about breaking a oath. Stop coming up here. I ain't finna introduce. I'm not finna entertain you no more. I already showed you that native, what native mean. I already show you what native mean. You're making me waste my time and my battery is dying because this is something that you could do yourself. This is something that you could do yourself. I'm not gonna waste my time on no more. If the Native Americans want to be called natives and indigenous, let them. They're born in the country. They're born here. Let them have it. I don't care. But you sympathizer, you person that's sympathizing with these people that don't give a dang about you. I don't know why you're here trying to prove who they are. You need to be trying to prove who you are. No, I'm not going to waste my time on you. It says, go pick up a Black Law Dictionary online. Go see what indigenous mean yourself. And it says, it is highly probable that one of the 20 N-words brought to Jamestown in 1619 became slaveholders. You see what it says? It is highly probable that one of the 20 N-words brought into Jamestown in 1619 became slaveholders. And yes, who he is, y'all can look up this dude named Johnson. I forgot his first name, but his last name was Johnson. He was an African slaveholder. Well, I wouldn't even say slaveholder, a indentured servitude holder or whatever, however you call it. And it says the highest status for the free N-word is well attested by the fact that although the colonies had special enactments protecting slave property and providing special codes for tribunals, why was they having that? For this element of the population, they at the same time recognized free persons of color. See, I'm telling you. I gotta move on though. Let's see if I gotta see anything else here. I gotta move on. Right? I already read that. What book is this? Asian slaves in colonial Mexico. The Chinos, from Chinos to Indians, from Chinos to Indians, from Chinos, Chinese. How did all the Mexicans get here? Where did the Mexicans come from? They keep saying they are original to Mexico. They keep saying they are original to the east side. But they keep on saying, every time they take a little DNA test, even though I'm highly against DNA testing, it keep on saying they have DNA to Asia, from Chinos to Indians. Let's go. Oh, there's a colonizer book. You know what they say. The working spirits of Chino slaves in Mexico City foreshadow a transformation of slavery in the Spanish colonies. By the early 1700s, wait a minute, 1700s, I thought y'all been here. I thought you been here for 12,000 years. I thought you been here for 10,000 years. I thought you been here for 20,000 years. It says by the early 1700s, Chinos were paid Indian laborers. Paid Indian laborers. The prisoner, they was getting paid our wages. The prisoners of wars. Because how did they become Indian? How y'all become Indian? Who made y'all Indians? Who made the Chinos Indians? Who made the Chinese Indians? Who did that? The cultural association and the market choices made by the slave-owning class in the previous century helped bring about this remarkable shift, right? It says masters consciously channeled Chino slaves into occupations. They gave them jobs. It's the same thing popping off with us. that provided possibilities for liberty. What was the freedman? The freedman for liberty, especially in personal service. What was the freedmen's? The freedmen's, the Hendersons, the Huguenots. What was all that? Come on now. A lot of y'all don't do y'all studies. You don't know what I'm talking about. Chinos were mainly serviced because Spanish colonists characterized the slaves who came from the Philippines. What? What? Who was there? Who was there? Who was there in the Philippines? Who was there? What did they look like? What did they look like? Who was they picking up? Who was the Spanish or Filipino? Well, one of the Filipinos keeps saying, "Black man, passport boy. Come over here, passport boy. Come over here, passport boy. I feel your pain, passport boy." Oh, that's Filipinos. No, I need Filipinos with a. I guess they changed it. They used it with an F, but it's actually with a P. Oh my God! Look at the Apache Indian, Filipino from the Philippines. Apache, Navajo, Aztec. Wow! Look at the Aztecs, the Navajos, the Apache. Wow! Whoa! Now I see it's coming together. Dang, Anna, Apache, Anna. Dang, Singing Bear. Whoa. These are the Filipinos. Wow. Amazing. They are beautiful people. Native Americans, y'all are beautiful people. I never know y'all had such a beautiful people back in your homeland. Wow, the Filipinos. Native Americans. Filipinos. Wow. This is amazing. I'm learning so much right now. It's making sense. Oh, that looked just like the guy that was just on Monty Live. They say he was Apache. Wow, it's making sense. Amazing. So amazing. Woo. That's how you respect people's culture right there. You get so passionate that you go searching their homeland, and you get, man, you just amazed by their heritage and how they look. Man, the Native Americans are beautiful people back in the Filipinos, bro. Beautiful people. Y'all are beautiful people, man. For TikTok, you know what I'm saying? You know what I really want to say. Y'all are beautiful people. Man, Filipinos. It says Chinos were mainly servants because Spanish colonists, I can't even say the word, characterized the slaves who came from the Philippines as being more domesticated or domesticated. You can't be talking about the same domesticated what the Moors was doing to the wood wolves, to the wild man. We can't talk about that same domestication. What's popping off? Who did you really take from the Philippines? Wait a minute. Let me see something. Side mission. Filipino. Whoa. Filipino. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. Wood wolves, the wood wolves, domestication, the Spaniards domesticated. Did you know the Spaniards also domesticated the wood wolves? The wood wolves. They had inscriptions in the Caucasus Mountains on inside of it. The wood wolves. It was documented in old medieval books. The wood wolves. Now, when we type in the wild man medieval time, and you going back to that word domestication, Filipinos, what's the connection? What is the connection? Covering themselves, domestication. What is the connection? Tell me, what is the connection? Domestication. And the Moors domesticating the wild man. Look at the Moors right there in their castle popping off. More on wild man. More on wild man. The more on wild man war popping off. Once the wild man lost their war, they became domesticated, covering the hair with a robe. And they was also introduced in religion. That's why you got Harry Mary. Harry Mary. Oh, they don't know nothing about Harry Mary. Harry Mary. Harry Mary. We talking Harry Mary. Harry Mary. Why do the Mexicans worship Harry Mary? Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene. Harry Mary. Harry Mary had to been given a robe. I can't. Here we go. Harry Mary. Y'all don't know nothing about Harry Mary. They gone. They down the rabbit hole. They were like, dang, where we at? Where the heck are we? I didn't know the new people. The new people don't know what I'm talking about. Where are we? Where are we? Yo, Harry Mary is given a robe by John the Baptist, who is another wild man who has already been domesticated. The ring around his head is a sign of enlightenment, domestication. He is now civilized, trying to civilize his own people. Face shaved, robe over the fur. Wow, man. So when we go back to domestication, the Spanish colonists characterized the slaves who came from the Philippines as being more domesticated than How was they more domesticated? It's because the Moors domesticated the Chinos from the Philippines. They came over here trying to conquer us, and they automatically called us savages. Because you know why? Because they couldn't conquer us. They couldn't conquer us. Now, when you go, I'm not even going to talk about the reservation thing, but I want y'all to take a detour, go to the reservations, and go see what they look like. And then you go back to this. Then you go back to the wild man. Then you go back to this. Then you go back to the Philippines. Then you go back to this. Then you go look up the Moors and see what happened. Because Rashad Poet already brought this out. Who was coming out of those? Who was coming from the subterranean? See, it's like precept upon precept. What the Israelites say, it's like precept upon precept. You got to stack knowledge on top of knowledge. A lot of things connect if you look hard enough and you think hard enough. Shout out to Shad that brought that up. He brought that to me. I was looking for the missing link. Shad found the missing link before me, and it brought me down a rabbit hole. I already knew the color list came from that, but we had to find the others. They keep on saying they original. Okay? Shout out Rashad. Cash out him some money. Send him some money or something. And it says the same quality was attributed to the Indians. Is you talking about N-word idiots, or is you talking about Chinos who were considered to be naturally obedient? How was the Chinos naturally obedient? That word right there. Moors. Not all Moors is bad. The new generations of Moors today, they not like their ancestors. I am part of the Moor family too. I don't know how my ancestors was. I don't know how they was. But if they was evil, if they was good, I don't know. But all I know, I see why the Native Americans don't want to buck against the government. Them Moors, they did a number on y'all. Y'all ain't out here bucking against the government. Y'all was taught. Y'all know better. That same teaching. I thought what's that thing? The Willie Lynch letter. He said it was gonna be 200 years. What for us? Shoot, it looks like Willie Lynch is still thriving in y'all. We talking 1492 all the way up to this day that you still not bucking up against the government. So shoot, the Moors did a good job. I don't know what the Moors did to y'all, but they did a good job. Cause y'all still obedient to this day. And to have, I can't say that word, for service. They said, y'all always seeking service. That's stereotypical if I even say it. It's stereotypical if I say it. I'm not going to say it, but we all can read between the lines. They said the Chino Slaves is always looking for service. Now, we fast forward all the way to 2023 in the Gregorian calendar, which is a false year. What are they doing today? Huh? I'm on TikTok. I got to play it safe. Because if they report me, I'm not going to be taken down because I didn't say it. Oh, you can't get me. I didn't say it. It says, in addition, Chinos were identified as good service because most of them had... Dang, I should have... what word is that? Liberian. It says something else in the Liberian languages, customs, practices. Dang, I should have got that last page, but I didn't screenshot it. Whoo, but what did you learn? The live going on TikTok. The live going on YouTube too. If y'all want to catch it, go research the things I said. This live is going on YouTube. I am screen recording at the same time. So once I finish this, it's going straight on YouTube. Gotta get it. Shit burned my throat. But okay. This stuff I'm bringing out to y'all is the same stuff I was going to bring out against Post City Vibes. Because he said the only slaves in America was black people. We just got Chino slaves. We got Asians. My name on YouTube is Naturalism of Yahweh. Y'all see how deep I was finna go on? If me and Post City kept on vibing, somebody said Port City. Port City Vibes. If me and Port City Vibe continue to debate, we would have got here. The same things I'm repeating to you, I would have been teaching it to him. In reality, when I was debating Port City, I was actually teaching him. I was like a teacher. And he know he was being taught. Even though he wanted to be egotistic and prideful, and his pride wouldn't let him to be teachable. He refused to be a student, but I was teaching him. What's up? You could convince yourselves, but will never be acknowledged by real. Who are the real tribes? You talk about them 5 civilized tribes that was created by the government?
Right.
Is you talk about Apache, which is a fake tribe that was created? Is you talk about Navajo, which is a fake tribe created? I can tell you all the tribes that was falsely created, but y'all are still Filipinos by the end of this day. So it don't matter what you say, Pool, whatever your name is. It don't matter. Somebody go ahead and get Pool, Karen, wherever her name is, whoever.
Karina.
Get Karina out of here. Get Karina out of here. This is not a space for you. My space is not safe for you.
Period. My
space is not safe for you. My people gonna come at you. So I'm telling you, for your own safety, for the sake of your account, Get off this, because this is not a safe space for you, because you did not come in peace. So therefore, peace shall not be to you on this live, right?
And let me say this too. One more other thing, we don't want to be recognized by nobody who is in bed with the government. Get that
Boom.
very clear. We do not want to be recognized by y'all. First off, we living in y'all head rent free. Let's get that corrected. Let's get that cleared first off. And secondly, we do not want to be called by y'all names. We have our own names, our own history, our own culture, our own language. And we are learning that. But y'all too busy worried about us all up in our lives, all up on our content, because y'all ain't got no other life. Because y'all are scraping. Because y'all ain't got nothing else. So y'all trying to save face. Get up out of our space. Get on over there and teach your people your history. If we telling so much lies, then correct your people so that they can debunk us then. Clearly we telling the truth. And y'all mad, so y'all got to come up over here.
Ain't that right, Sister Rucker?
Who?
You acting like a church woman, so I had to call you Sister
No,
Rucker.
and then every time like we talk, oh, y'all speaking passionate. No, I ain't speaking passionate. I'm telling you what's real. This real. Real versus fake. Facts over opinions,
Hallelujah.
feelings, all day, every day.
Hallelujah.
Period. And we ain't taking nobody else disrespect. I'm done with the sympathy. I'm done with all that. You want to get real disrespectful with these slurs? I'm going to start hitting them back at y'all. So go cry a river to somebody else, because this is not the one that want to hear it. I'm going to send your ass back up that stream on that boat. Period.
All right, who gonna play the organ? Brother Opium, go ahead and start the organ. Los, play the drum. Oh, somebody's. Let me stop. Boy, let me stop. Let's go. So I said, hallelujah. Oh, we have fun over here. Let's go. Take another shot. Let's go. The Oxford Dictionary defines as slaves persons who are the legal property of another or others and bound to absolute obedience. Chinos. We was not absolutely obedient. We was rebellious. So therefore we was prisoners. It says, in short, human chattels. Before the definition, white servants were the first slaves in America. Repeat, by this definition, we talk about human chattels. We talking about lifetime. By this definition, white servants were the first slaves in America. And it is upon their labor and later that the African Americans, that's a misnomer, change that, scratch that, original American slaves, prisoner of war, that the nation was initially built. It been built. Sister Rucker want to come over and preach a little bit more.
Honey. But this, and Chris trying to make it sound like I'm preaching. I'm not preaching. Y'all get on my nerves. But listen, let me say one more last thing. It was somebody that said that they in the line with a full of Africans. What y'all not finna do is keep disrespecting the people in Africa, on the continent of Africa. Quit coming up over here disrespecting them people. You better go up in their lives and say that stuff to them and see how they act. Quit disrespecting them people trying to get us into it with them.
No, they're gonna see we not into with them. They're gonna find out.
Yeah, and them Africans not finna play with y'all.
Them Africans is not finna play with y'all. They y'all think they slow. They see.
Disrespectful to them people. Leave them people alone. That's real disrespectful. But y'all want us to sit up here and cry and have sympathy for y'all. Leave them people alone. And y'all black people saying that mess. Leave them folks alone. Go up in their lives and say that stuff. I bet you won't. I'm sick of them doing that. Don't be disrespecting them people no more, because they ain't did nothing to us.
Way in the water. Way in the water, children. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. And it says, today, tens of millions of white Americans are descended from such chattels. Let's say it again, because I keep telling y'all was criminals. Today, tens of millions of white Americans. He said tens of millions. If he say tens of million, that's 10 million. What the slave Voyage records say? They said Africa is 12 million. We got tens of million. That's more than 12 million. Tens of millions of white Americans are descendants from such chattels, human chattels, lifetime slavery. Right? It is a shame that few in America claim that. Let me read it over. It is a shame that a few in America claim these largely forgotten men and women of the earlier frontier as their own. Yes, all you people come from slaves. So stop coming to black people talking about you're beginning slavery. Mr. White Man, sir, you're forgetting, sir, tens of millions of you are descendants of slaves too. You got to stop that. You got to stop saying dumb things, because we can really get into it. Here go the Native Americans. Oh God, he's finally off us. Whew. We in the clear, guys. Naturalism of Yahweh. He's done talking about us natives. We can leave the life now. He about to talk about the ones we don't dislike. Even though we ain't going to talk bad about them in the street, because they're going to take our tribal card in our reservation. Yes. Whoo. The sweat is off their foreheads. Now here they go. They finna agree with me now. I'm talking their language. What Drake said, now I'm talking your language. You're talking my language. You hear him. Know what I'm saying? You hear Drake. He talking my language. Come on, man. That's the crown talking. But here we go. But I swear these colorless people up here be looking like Lord Farquaad. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Shrek come up there and whoop their mother head, man. All of them up here look like Lord Farquaad, bro. But it says, by the Act of 1769, they were to be treated as apprentice, to be instructed to claim all the rights of other apprentices. Who was the apprentice of the slave master? And it says the unimportant changes were introduced in the law relating to runaways, designed to facilitate their recovery with least expense to the master, and consequently with at least injustice to the servant. What the freak am I reading? Hold on. I'm reading away like I know what the freak I'm talking about right now. It says freedom of fiction. No, that ain't what I need to be reading. It says the Act of 1785, the legally definition servant as all white persons not being citizens of any other Confederate states. We talking about the South of America, who shall come into the Commonwealth. What was the Commonwealth? Under contract. It said all whites who are not part of the Confederate were under contract to serve another in any trade of occupation. So 1619, 1785. What were you, white man, white woman? What was you? What were you? You couldn't even trade on your own free will. Yo, why you bringing supremacy this way? When we go back, we don't see nothing superior at all. You didn't even have own free will. You didn't even have your free will. So roots wasn't true. Who was your apprentice? Who was the white man's apprentice? It had to have been a black or more. It had to have been a black or more that was your apprentice. And did your servant? Yes, that's what they called the masters in those days. Apprentice. He's my apprentice. Y'all think it's some rival stuff. No, he's my apprentice. This definition excluded slaves. That's what we talk about, chattel slavery. Hirelings who were citizens of any of the Confederate states, but included convicts. Who was the slaves? Convicts Why did they have tribunals? For convicts, what was the verdict? Chattel slavery. What did you do? Colorless, thou colorless, what did you do? Why? What did you do to piss off the Moors? What did you do? Whose importation was not finally prohibited until 1788? You really didn't get free technically until around 1788, my boy. So you want to talk down on the N-word like, aha, aha, aha. Y'all keep saying Emancipation Proclamation, aha. Look, you didn't get free until 1788, my boy. That's just a couple of years. That's just a couple of years before the Emancipation Proclamation. So what you happy about? Dude, this is a couple of years before Darwin was born, my boy. What are you talking about? After your freedom, guess what you did? You changed everything. I want to eliminate the fact that I was a slave. I want to eliminate the fact of my origins. I want to eliminate Chino slavery. I want to eliminate everything. I just want to make everything black, 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 suppression, black, 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 supremacy, black, black, black. Once you got free, you didn't know how to act. You didn't know how to act after 1788. He got a black pic. He got a black pic. Screenshot. If y'all want to know this book, I'm going to show you the book. The name of this book is called, the one I'm reading from, is this. Just go to Internet Archives and download this book, White Servitude in the Colony of Virginia. Get the screenshot. You didn't get free until 17 what? White man, you didn't get free until 17 what? Just a couple of years before the Emancipation Proclamation. Download the book White Servitude in the Colony of Virginia. King Philip was sending your ass into slavery. Cause you was a convict. Post City Vice, I swear to God, if I would have brought this in a debate, I would have destroyed you. I would have had your whole world crumbling down if you allowed me to get to this part about white people being free by the year 1788. I would have destroyed your mind. And there was convicts. 1788. I tell you, whenever I go live, y'all finna learn something. From the book right here, White Servitude, I only got 8% left. I'm going to try to dive into this quickly as I can. White Servitude in Colonial America. The economic analysis. We're going to jump on down. A second group of forced migrants from a mother country were those such as vagrants, vagabonds. We're talking about, what do the Arabs call themselves when they travel? I forgot what they call themselves. Bedouins, barbers, vagabonds, migrants, vagrants. Woo! And petty criminals whom England's rulers wish to be rid of. I'm gonna tell you what they called the colorless people during that time. They called you undesirables. Look it up. That's what they called you. That's what King James called you. They called you the undesirables. They didn't even want you. The Moors didn't want you. They wanted to get rid of you. They say, hey, the Moors was like, hey, let's clean our kingdom. Let's dump them in that dumping ground. Let's dump them in America. We gotta fix our nobility. We gotta fix our hierarchy. We gotta fix everything. We gotta get these people out of here. Let's dump them. It says the legal ground is prepared for the relocation by a highwayman turned Lord Chief Justice who argued for England's goals to be emptied in America. He said y'all need to be empty in America. Y'all didn't come here on your own free will. Talking about you superior and stuff. You didn't come here on your free will. Bro, you was exiled. And it says, thanks to the men like him, 50,000 to 70,000 convicts, or maybe more, were transported to Virginia, Maryland, Barbados, and English other American possessions before 1776. We talking all the way back to 1619, 1492. Dodge the hijack. You just got free around 1788. We know, bro, we know it's over with. It says many of others considered undesirable. Undesirable. You're undesired. It says by the British crown. Uh-oh. Who the hell is Queen Elizabeth? It says we're also dispatched across the Atlantic to be sold into servitude. They range from beggars. You was beggars to prostitutes to Quakers. Quakers. Quaker Oaks. Quaker Oaks. Quaker Oaks. Hey, that's the end of the live. That's the end of the live. Ooh, it got good at the end, didn't it? Look out for part 2. My phone is on 2%. That's the end of the live, people. Oh, yeah, I want all the smoke. See what I'm saying? You find out your history is a lie. Let's end the live. I love y'all. Peace.